In this video, you're going to learn the process of how to make money as a yoga teacher online without actually ever teaching a yoga class. Sound interesting? Okay, good, because I've hooked you. Now let's get to the content. First of all, my name is Ashley and I am a yoga teacher. I teach online. I own a yoga studio. So let's get right to this stuff, okay? So I'll put a couple clips in here as well so you get a better example of what I'm showing you, but I want to give you a process. And let's say there are 4 steps to this process, okay? 4 steps. Number 1, find a problem to solve. Number 2, create value. It can be free value. Number 3, create your very first little tiny offer, mini product. And number 4, create something bigger. So it goes from step 1 is finding a problem. And let's talk about that, okay? So finding a problem, you have to have something specific. Without that specificity, you're going to get lost in the world of online yoga. And it's going to be very challenging for you to be found. If you try to teach to everybody, hey, I teach Vinyasa yoga, join me on my Zoom classes, you're going to be teaching to nobody. So we need to find that specificity. How we can do that is a few ways. And before I get into those ways, I do want to tell you that one thing I'm talking about, one of these products that I have, will actually help you find that specificity and that focus for your yoga classes and your even yoga business. And don't worry, the problem that you're solving does not have to be what you base your entire life around. It can be something just for now. So find a problem and solve it. You have so many things that you could find to solve. And even think about what you had struggled with in the past. What do people search for on YouTube, on Google? So I'll tell you my example. So when I was trying to create something online to offer people, this was years ago, I thought, okay, what do people struggle with? And so because I was already putting up a bunch of content already, I went to my YouTube channel and I thought, okay, which videos are performing the best? Or which has the most views. I was shocked when I saw my 10 steps to sequence a yoga class had far more views than any others, comments galore, and that validated that problem that yoga teachers struggle with creating their very first yoga class out of teacher training. I got comments like, you taught me more about sequencing than my 200 and 500 hour training. And thank you so much. I have my final presentation next week. This helps so much. And so I didn't even have to really ask anyone else if this was a topic I should go down. I just said, I'm doing it. And this is not my absolute favorite thing in the world, sequencing yoga classes. It actually comes really easy to me. So I was kind of surprised to see that it helped so many people. So I went down that rabbit hole. I decided to go down sequencing, and that was what I was going to base my online business on. And so after that, I created an ebook. I was like, you know what? Actually, not even an ebook. I had something like a free PDF that I gave from that video. I said, here's a free PDF, join my email list. And that's actually the next step, is create free value. If you create a video, or maybe it's a yoga class, or it's a teaching on a certain topic, if you have a handout or something that is helpful, a workbook that's helpful with that video, people have to go join your email list to download. That's a great way to get an email list, to build your email list, is, hey, check out this free thing. I'm giving you this video. If you want the workbook, you have to go over to my website, which is what I did. So I had them go over to my website. And right now, my free guide is a 4-step guide to a yoga class plan, 4-step guide to yoga class plan. So I have 4 steps laid out. Very similar to my 10-step guide, but 4 steps laid out, slightly different because it's been years. I've updated it. I could have just taken the last 2 pages and that's it. It's a 10-step yoga class quick guide reference sheet. Those 2 pages could be enough where someone would say, this video was awesome. I'm going to head over to her website and download that printable quick guide. So I didn't teach a yoga class. All I was doing was talking about how to sequence a yoga class. And you might have something like just a talking informational video about how to practice yoga to help your back pain. Or you might have a video on what do people come to you mostly about. So step 2 is to create a mini offer, something small, something that says to your people who are, getting your guide or whatever your free offer is or watching your videos, something that allows you to know that they trust you. So something that's very small in price, it could be even $7. Usually it's about, maybe 20, 27, 30, under $100 though. So if it's super awesome, it's still going to be under 100 because that's an introductory small little offer. And right here I have my ebook. I've got an ebook called A New Yoga Teacher's Guide to Yoga Class Creation. Now that's a little long. I should probably call it something else. And I stuck it up online for sale. And with that, I put it on my website. And in my videos, I say, if you want the free guide, download this. If you want to go deeper, check out my ebook. And since then, it's been a few years, I've made $6,000 on the ebook, a simple digital download. So I made the ebook, and it's about 100 pages. It was basically my yoga teacher training manual that I was creating, just dulled down to that sequencing and cueing portion with some worksheets and handouts and things that you could print off to help you with developing your classes. So that's how I started. And then I thought, you know what? I could interact more with these people who are getting value from this. I get emails all the time about my ebook. Sometimes it's the technology didn't work, I can't download it, and I go, oh no, and then I fix the tech issue. And sometimes it's just people saying, thank you so much, this was so helpful. And I love that I'm able to help people. If I were to sit back and think that, who am I to offer this sequencing stuff? I'm not an anatomy expert. I don't know, I don't feel like I know a whole lot, but I know a shortcut and I know it works for me and I know it can help others, and it has. So if I were to keep that to myself, so many people would not have got this really amazing resource. So I have a free guide and it goes to my ebook, and I might, and if this is getting a little bit like into it with the marketing type stuff, if they join my email list here with my free guide, then I could have an automatic, I don't have to think about it, I set it up and leave it, automatic email sequence that goes out maybe every couple days or once a week that then leads people to, hey, by the way, I've got this ebook. If you're interested in getting a little deeper, check it out here. With this, I thought, okay, I've got a lot of people getting watching my video, getting my free guide, getting my ebook. Let's make a Facebook group. So my Facebook group, you can do that before or after, but I just recently made it because I figured people need this. Let's make a Facebook group. So I also lead people there saying, if you want to ask questions and be in a positive community, head on over to my Facebook group, Yoga Sequencing and Teaching Tips. From there, you just move on. You'll have a few people fall off here, fall off there. The next thing I have is a course. I have it's a workshop. I have a workshop that's called Focused Flow. And it actually just came out. So I figured I needed a kind of a bridge between my ebook and, ebook was fine, but a little bit more than that, a little bit more description and the ability to help with some video tutorials and those who need a little bit more. So what you're going to find in Focus Flow is slightly different than the 10-step ebook. I have updated it again, but when you get Focus Flow, you also get the ebook. So this is one of my older products, and I'm now putting Focused Flow. And this is still a fairly low priced offer. It's a 75-minute workshop video with a workbook that's 17 pages with some lessons on cueing and class creation, cueing, and building your class and other things too, as well as my ebook. So my ebook was $27. A lot of people have gotten that. Like I said, I've made $6,000 over the course of several years. So I would be making between $300 and $500 a month typically, sometimes more, sometimes less. But this one is $37. It's just $10 more than my ebook. Or we can lead to step 4, which is the next thing. It could be a bigger course, a membership, a bigger online offering, more of like a 6-part series, something that's oftentimes going to cost more than $100. So you've got your free, it's little, it's like a guide, it could be simply a Google document, a checklist. And then you've got your little product, which is under 100. Mine's 37 right now, it used to be 27, could be tiny, but it's under 100. Then you have your next, which would be, it could be a coaching course, it could be live videos, it doesn't have to be you teaching yoga classes. It could be something pre-recorded or the availability to ask you questions because, our time is so valuable and we need to get paid for that. If we're offering free advice all of the time, it's going to be really hard to feel that positive energy exchange. So the next thing for me, I've got Focus Flow, which is awesome. The next would be my virtual Vinyasa Academy, where I teach yoga teachers how to then teach their classes that they've now created online. And I teach how to do all this, like the actual technical stuff. Virtual Vinyasa Academy is a technical course where I'm teaching the behind the scenes of how to set up a YouTube channel, how to film, what equipment do you use, and how do you use it. And then I do some reviews and website reviews and other things like that. So Virtual Vinyasa Academy is awesome. That's like the bigger one. But I don't just go right out the gate and say, buy my Virtual Vinyasa Academy course, even though you don't know anything about me. No. In fact, that would be the worst thing to do because people will be like, whoa, hey now, slow down. That's where the excuses come in. They say, that's too expensive. I don't have the money. I don't have the time. I can't do that. It's not for me or whatever it is. Like my husband said, I can't do it. So I'll get excuses from people if they don't go through the process. Now, yes, you'll have a couple one-offs who will right away buy your course or your bigger membership. Even my yoga studio virtual membership, that's not something I would just offer right away. I would say, hey, try a class or try this intro to yoga workshop. I might have something that's, in fact, I'll lead you through that example. The first thing I would do is offer a free bad pose breakdown. I'm actually going to make that soon. The bad pose breakdown is going to be a free offer if you join my email list, and I'll make a video about it too. Hey, get this bad pose guide, do this, not that type of poses, straight to your email inbox. It's free. After that, I would say, hey, I've got a 6-part lesson series if you want to learn a little bit more about yoga beyond asana, beyond poses. So I would have the Confident Yogi as that next step. The Confident Yogi, a beginner course, is $67. And the next step beyond that might be joining my membership. My membership to take classes with me weekly, get the recordings, and become a Confident Yogi. And then after that, I might actually say teacher training. Next step is yoga teacher training. And that would be my big course, my big, hey, join me for teacher training, right? So there's a process to all of this. It's a 3 or 4 step process, but you can't start with that big thing. If you have an idea for your big thing, that's awesome. How can you break that down to someone who has no idea? What would be that little 1 hour of education that you could give someone if they were to read through something and practice it? What's the smallest bite-sized step? You can start either way. You can start with the big thing, break it down, or just start with something small. And you can change that something small later on. But right now when you need to get something out there, just start. You've got to just put yourself out there. It's got to be, not so great. And then it gets better in time. The first version of these 2 things of my ebook and my PDF guide did not look like this. They weren't colorful. They were just text on paper. And you can even see it in my 10-step sequencing guide class. I hold it up and say, hey guys, if you want my guide, check it out here. And you can see me hold it up and it's just like words, black and white words on paper. Like it could have been a Google document that I just sent a link to. So anyway, all this to say, I hope that you figure out a problem that you can solve. And as a yoga teacher, it is so important right now to keep teaching yoga and the benefits of being more mindful. I'm not sure if you've noticed this. I have. People are getting edgy, really edgy, like aggressive edgy. I won't go into the story about the guy in the car behind me on my way home, but it wasn't nice. It wasn't pretty. People are needing you, yoga teachers, mental health practitioners, people who are solving that go from stressed to not stressed type of thing. And you can do that by offering what you know. And it might be easy to you. It might be something that comes so easy to you, but it's something that the world needs. So get out there and do this. And of course, if you want, I'm going to just mention it here. If you were looking to sequence classes, this might be for you. I'm launching, or Focus Flow is available today, Friday, today. And the price will go up at the end of the month, end of May. So right now it's available for $37. Price will go up at the end of May. Same with, I talked about my beginner course, The Confident Yogi. The price will also go up at the end of May. So I'm offering these because I know they can help. And they're a very low price because I know they can help. And moving forward from that, I do have Virtual Vinyasa Academy also open right now until the end of the month, so that I can teach yoga teachers how to get out there confidently and what technology to use and answer any questions and be there as your coach, as your mentor, as your guide. But use this framework, the build an email list, free offering, little tiny product, get those done with, and then maybe a bigger thing, and then maybe a bigger thing. So it just goes down the line. Okay? Okay, so get out there and start teaching yoga, whether that's, actual classes or doing something a little different. Right now, virtual classes are not really working. Kind of, but not. You're not going to get a whole lot of new members. If they're not working for you now, it's not a sustainable business model, especially if you're begging for donations or your prices are so low that it's so hard to make a living. And this is sustainable. This is something that can grow. This is something you can make a lot bigger than teaching one-off yoga classes. So I hope you start this process, and I would love to work with you. If you want more information on all of I have to offer, ashesyoga.com is the place to go, and my courses can be found there. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Make sure to subscribe to this video, like it, give it a thumbs up, all of that great stuff. So get out there, teach your yoga, give it your best, and I can't wait to see what you come up with.